Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. In case you watch this recording, I put a trigger warning because I ended up having kind of an epiphany this morning about a memory that I'm going to share later. So, trigger warning, it does involve being witness to some abuse. But that will not be, for a few minutes, I will give another trigger warning before I tell the story. So you can join us now for gratitude and connection, because that's what we do here on Love Morning. We share a little bit of gratitude, a little bit of connection, and a little bit of reminders of who we want to be in this day. Trying to get a little momentum, group momentum towards connection, kindness, gratitude, and whatever else you want to add to that mix for you. Maybe some patience, maybe some perseverance. I am grateful. Well, before I get into gratitude, I'll gotta sing our song. Oh, love morning, it's love morning time. Oh, love morning, I think this will rhyme. Oh, love morning, let's gather with you. Oh, love morning, that's what we do. Love morning, yeah, 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 yeah. Good morning. Oh boy, we are live on Facebook and on YouTube. And, well, that's what we do. So if you're here and you've got something you're grateful for, you can share it. Let us know where you are physically, and we can start to visualize these fellow open-hearted, like-minded, beautiful, unique individuals all around the world. My name is John. I'm in San Diego, California, where it is sunny today. Looks beautiful, pale blue sky. Got to go on a walk this morning around the neighborhood, and the clouds are really pretty. Got a little bit of sunshine first thing, which I'm trying to do now. And got to see I walked a little different route, so saw some springtime plants that I have not seen. I saw a peach tree with these little green, budding, fuzzy fruits. That was fantastic. In a house that had a whole bunch of bulbs, that had poppies that were budding. And and what else? It had freesia, a ton of freesia that were blooming perfectly. Oh, yay, springtime. So I am continually grateful for spring. I'm also grateful for my dad. Today I'm celebrating his birthday. His birthday is this weekend, but he's got a busy social calendar this weekend with other lunches and dinners. So my brother and I are taking him to lunch today to celebrate his 82nd birthday. Yeah. My dad, I'm super grateful for my dad, grateful that he was my role model, that he got to demonstrate to me, aspects of masculinity, of leadership, of honor, honesty, hard work. He is a now retired judge and a good man. So I'm very grateful for him today and on all days. I'm also especially grateful for the way our relationship has evolved. There was a time when we were not as close. And there was a time when he was a little less soft, a little harder on the edges, a little less receptive to touchy-feely stuff. And he has really softened, and we have gotten to a place where he genuinely is proud of me. Even if I have to say it for him, he will agree with me. And I have been sharing a lot lately about my growth and about looking into early childhood trauma and things that attachment trauma that I had in terms of things that I needed as a kid, that my parents, doing the best they could, still, I didn't get those things. So I want to make sure that I say that is just a process of growing up and being human. It is not any sort of criticism of my parents, So we can investigate our trauma and still be grateful for our childhood. So I am that for sure. If you were here, leave some hellos or thank you. Wait, hellos or gratitude. I guess thank you is the same. Faith is here. Good morning. Faith says, I'm thankful today for freedom. Love from Key West. Ooh, I love that you said freedom. That came up yesterday. Yesterday. I had coaching. I had a therapy appointment yesterday. And my therapist, we talked a little bit about my last chapter where I had an intoxication habit that I am not proud of. And she asked, what do you like about being intoxicated? And the first thing that came to my mind was, I feel freedom. I never liked when people said, drugs, they're numbing. I'm like, I don't know. I think it's fun, but the reason why it's fun for me is because it does numb me to some of the anxiety feelings that I had. So that's the freedom, is that being free from the confines of patterns and beliefs and feelings, sensations that are part of my anxiety trap or prison. So yes, freedom. And as I was speaking with my therapist, the goal is to find a way to feel free sober. And I think I'm on track. Good morning, Tracy. Tracy's, I think, saying, liking my look. Thank you. Tracy is grateful for a lazy day as well as no rain to enjoy the outdoors. Beautiful. If you are here and want to say hello, always wonderful to hear people. I put a little trigger warning in my description. I'm not sure if that even shows up when you click to hear this live. So I'm not even sure. I don't have to tell the story. When I was writing this morning, the thing that I wrote about had to do with a childhood experience that does have a reference to child sex abuse. Maybe I'll just tell that story since there's not too many people here, and I'll just share what came out and what was significant for me this morning. So I had a hit during meditation of this memory that I should write it down. And it's a memory that I had not, it was kind of escaped me. It was not a part of my awareness for decades. And then maybe in the last couple of years, it popped into my head. And so it's one of my earliest memories, actually. I think I was about 5, I think 5 years old, maybe even 4 years old. Is that possible? We used to go swimming at some neighbor's house, and there was an older brother who was, I think, a little bit older than me, and a younger sister who was a little bit younger than me, and they were adopted. Looked different. He was a terror, and I remember him getting, spanked with a belt by his big burly dad, and I remember him terrorizing his younger sister a lot. But again, if you're tuning in, this is a trigger warning. So there was one time I remember that we went swimming at their house, and is this inappropriate for Love Morning? Well, it's Love Morning and my processing, especially lately. It's been about my processing and gratitude and connection. So after swimming, we went up into Kurt's room, and my memory that I had before was that he tied up his sister and spread her legs open, and then spread her labia open and showed us, I remember, the worm inside. And I don't remember the visual. I kind of do. I think it was her clitoris, her little bitty clitoris, I'm guessing. So and it was this was a memory that is like, I remember it being thrilling and shameful. Like this is the first time I'd seen anything other than a tiny penis between someone's legs. I mean, I'd seen my brother naked, I've seen me naked. First time I'd seen a girl naked. And it's also the first time I'd ever seen somebody pushed to do something against their will. Because his younger sister did not want this to happen. And as I was writing this morning, I was writing and I'm like, he tied up his sister? Like, he's a 6-year-old kid. I don't remember any ropes. And then I was like, did I help hold her down? Did he, like, maybe he asked me to help hold her down so he could show me this? That may have happened. I don't know, but the tying her up just doesn't make sense as I kind of dug into it. So that's all I remember about that. But I do remember after that experience, Lisa and I had, that was the girl, we had like a special relationship. And we didn't live nearby much longer, but we did, when I would go over and go swimming there, like we're 5 years old. I think she's like 4.5 and I was 5. Maybe I was 5.5. I think I was 5. And we would leave the pool early and go up to her room and take our wet suits off and like sit with each other naked on the carpet. And I have a memory of her pulling hard on my penis and laughing. And me like hurting, but also me being just like thrilled by this attention and by this taboo, this thing happening that was clearly, forbidden and unknown. I mean, I didn't know what it was sexual. I just knew that this was something that we wouldn't do in front of parents. And I don't know if any of this plays a role in any of my later intimacy stuff or sexual things or, fear of being an insensitive lover, fear of not giving a woman pleasure, if anything's related to this witnessing or maybe playing a part. I mean, I definitely was a witness, but I may have been a more active participant in this abuse. And maybe there's this guilt and shame from deep down there that has been in there ever since. So I'm grateful for the awareness, that I did not know any better at the time. I don't feel guilty, although I feel a sadness, especially a sadness for this young girl. And I wonder what the rest of her childhood was like, knowing that she's in that home. And I'm grateful for the pursuit of truth. Ooh, I got an emotion hit when I just said that out loud. Truth. And a faith that through truth, we can hopefully cleanse and heal. So, I have the story that I had a perfect childhood as a kid, and the story, like, even 3 years ago, if people started talking about childhood trauma, I said, I would tune out. I'm like, this doesn't apply to me. My childhood was awesome. My parents are still together. My mom was so loving. My dad was, awesome provider. And now I'm, just like everyone, finding, oh yeah, there's some things that could have affected me in deep down ways, and it's spend the rest of your life trying to heal that stuff. So thanks for letting me share that. That will be Thanks for, hopefully that wasn't too much for people stepping in the middle of that, but yeah. So thank you for joining for Love Morning. If you're here, say hello. So thank you for the confirmation and affirmation, Tracy and Joel and Luna. Good morning to you all. Good morning, Joel and Luna. Happy Love Morning. And good morning to anyone who might be watching this quietly or watching this recording. This is a place where we can share some gratitude. And gratitude doesn't have to be rainbows and puppy dogs or spring flowers. Rainbows can be, I'm grateful that I have a safe space to share honestly and openly in hopes that it can be a part of my healing. So thank you for that. I've been getting a lot of wonderful encouragement lately. I've been writing a lot more. If you've seen things I've been writing on Medium or also post them on Facebook, most of them. And it's been really a good feeling to know that it resonates. And to feel that, you got this, keep going. So, grateful for that, grateful for this, grateful for all the people that are being supportive of me. Hopefully I can continue to be a source of support to you. And if I can be more supportive, let me know. I am excited to be seeing my dad for lunch today, see my brother. I'm going to meet early, so that will be wonderful. Thank you, Meredith. Good morning. Meredith is grateful for my sharing. Thanks, Meredith. Oh, you know what? Why don't I just go full? I'll go full. Okay, so if you just tuned in, I shared something about like child sexuality and abuse. There's one more piece to it, I guess. And this one is harder for me to share because I'm less innocent in this part. Maybe a couple years after that experience, a couple years after I participated with the forcing of the young girl, I was probably 6 or 7, and I had a friend that would come over for sleepovers, and I initiated us turning over a couch, making a fort, and then getting naked in the fort, and like touching each other's genitals. And I'm pretty sure I initiated it. I'm pretty sure, yeah. And I don't know how much it affected this little boy. In my mind, it was innocent, In my mind, it could have been all a ripple effect from that first experience after swimming with the brother and the sister. Or it may have just been innocent. It may have just been curiosity. I got a penis, you got a penis. Can I touch your penis? But I have some shame around that because that person is somebody that I actually continued to go to school with, and we never spoke about it. I've actually written an email to him, but I've never sent it. So those are my 2 child shame moments of I know I didn't know any better, but that's an intellectual feeling, and trying to just go, it is still part of my deep wiring somehow. All right, this is an interesting love morning. Anyone want to share any more gratitude before we have a hug and go off into our days? Not exactly sure how long the delay is, so sometimes I'm not sure if how when you hear me say something. Um, Tracy's grateful for me. Well, that's a beautiful idea for us to start to close up on. So this was a little bit intense. So maybe I don't know if I should. What do you think? Should I keep this live, or should I delete this afterwards? Well, you can let me know if you have a thought. But if this is your first time tuning into Love Morning, it does not normally involve stories of childhood sexuality, I assure you, and I doubt it will in the future. Did you see the trigger warning on this? Right now it has a trigger warning. I put a trigger warning on the description before I even started, but I will maybe put that symbol on it that you just put. Good morning, Ash. Ash says, thank you for sharing. I know that must have been challenging, but I'm truly grateful you found the strength to share. Thank you, Ash. Yeah. Well, Love Morning is about connection and kindness and gratitude. And sometimes the path to those places can take some roundabout turns. So today, take a little bit of a meandering through some dark past. So wherever you are in this moment, let's give yourself a big squeeze and have some gratitude for this day. Let's feel connected to everyone who's in this place, everyone that is important to you, feeling our identity dissolved into this shared humanity that we're a part of, forgiving ourselves and forgiving others, doing the best we can with what we got. So as we squeeze, let's feel each other squeezing us, me squeezing you, you squeezing me, as we take a deep breath in and hold it at the top. And squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you, thanks for being here for this gratitude gathering. And Love Morning, part of Hug Nation. I love you. Katie is sharing. Good morning from Maine. I'm so grateful for the brilliant northern lights we had last night. Ooh, cool. Oh, hello, Ashley. Hello to see you on Facebook. Welcome. Thank you, Luna. And who knows? I'm part of this chapter is not being tied to tradition and what has been. Old habits, old patterns, old things. You know, I tend to be very, I follow, you know, I get in a groove and I follow it, and I'm trying to be open to not doing that. Oh, you know what else I'm grateful for? After my therapy yesterday, I went to Balboa Park. Couldn't find parking, drove around the park, and I went back to this tree that was kind of calling me as I drove by, and so I walked up to the tree, and I took some pictures by it, and then I had this desire, like, this would be a good climbing tree, and I've been trying to practice act on instinct. So I'm like, climb the tree. So I climbed up in this beautiful tree, a little self-conscious because I'm not sure if you're supposed to climb the trees, but I climbed a tree yesterday, so that was pretty awesome. So I'm grateful for that little childhood or childlike expression that's part of this current path I'm on as well. So thank you. I love you.